Alright there, my name's Ragtag and I'm the greatest gutter-tier gamer on the face of this earth, lord of the losers, master of the mediocre, amazingly average, I'm a top 5 millionth player. The sheer amount of knowledge I'm about to shower onto your godless ears are gonna be an inspiration for the years to come. And if you believe that, then you're dumber than I thought. Anyway, guys, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna give you another unscripted rant. And you might have looked at the title and thought, Jesus, he's gonna go off on one today, friggin' moaner. But actually, that's not the case. What I'd like to do instead is present to you the problems that we would encounter when we queue, particularly in solo, and you meet all these randos, and I'd like to offer up some solutions. I'm really just saying this out loud for my own benefit, but maybe it'll be beneficial to you, and if not, I don't give a fuck, I'll just take your ad revenue money anyway. Right, if you're good at multitasking, can you put a little comment below for me while you're listening to me waffle away? And in your comment, I would like it to detail a story of something horrific that happened to you whilst you were meeting some rando. Everything started off lovely and then it went pear-shaped. I want to basically delight in your misery as I go to bed tonight. I want something to read on my phone and have a good chuckle at as I wander into the land of Nod. Now, at the time of recording this video, I would say I've got 500 hours played in Apex Legends, and maybe 200 hours of that is solo queue. And of those 200 hours, the amount of people I've actually met in voice chat isn't a great deal, to be honest. But those who have spoken up tend to do it for essential purposes only, like this guy's thirsty mate, or this guy's resin his mate, let's go and take these. You know, they tend not to say too much, and I'm in that bracket as well. I play Apex Legends solo queue probably when I first wake up, and maybe when I'm going to bed, no one else is online, so I'm not really looking to speak to people. But what that does is, it creates a different environment in which we have to work in. Now, we are all self-absorbed, I would say, to a certain extent, and in solo queue, it's a lot worse. So people tend to get a little bit more stingy with the loot that they have. They are interested in their own story, their own narrative, their own plan, and everyone's got a plan until they get shot in the face, of course. But the idea is that people are looking for specific types of loot. They don't give a good fuck whether you're using a G7, a Hemlock, or whatever. All they care about is if they're going to get that extended mag for their wingman or the disruptor rounds for their alternator, and everyone looks inwards first. Now, that is completely natural, but when it comes to the random players, if you know that they're doing that, and you know that they haven't got you in their awareness whatsoever, if you have got a level 3 extended mag, but you don't have no wingman, you don't have anything else, you know, and you know what they've picked up, it can go a long way to drop that right in front of them and ping it, even though you know you might not see another one for the entire game. I think this is kind of IQ 9000 teamwork as far as that's concerned, because you establish trust right away from the early game with someone you've never met before, and I have found that that does so much good. Most of the time, I gain trust by getting extremely lucky. In the footage you're watching right now of me playing Mirage, my team were not really fans of me, and they were pinging their own thing, doing their own, you know, I think they were maybe a duo, I'm not sure, but they stuck together. But as soon as I started popping off, everywhere I went, basically, they could smell my pheromones. They were right behind that tail the entire way. And that is just how my experiences have been. But the only other time I can see other people wanting to play together as a team is if you show them a bit of kindness or a little bit of awareness that you know what it is they're looking for. I find that being self-absorbed is not an unhealthy thing for the game. It's more about getting people to open up their awareness to you by letting them understand that you're aware of their plans and what they want as well. I think that would definitely help. Another thing, this is a biggie for me, and I don't know how I'm going to get around it really, because I am an impatient motherfucker. When I see these randos with their variable loot speeds, they want to completely pillage an area. They want to literally open up every single lid and can and door and everything, and they want to go to every corner and make sure they've not missed one thing. There are people who just have this need to look in every single nook and cranny, and that is not me. What I tend to do is I go to the main parts of every zone, take a quick look around. If I don't see what I'm looking for, I'm off. And yes, I probably miss loot from doing that, but I find that I get bored so easily in a game like this, so I don't want to spend, you know, a massive amount of time looting. The way I see it is, if I'm looking at the top hand side of the screen and I see it go from 20 squads to 15 to 12, and I'm thinking, geez, we're still in the same area, we've been in water treatment all this time at 8 squads and we've not been getting stuck in there, I just find that incredibly difficult. So what I have to do is start pinging little areas next to water treatment and say, I'm just going to go there, and, you know, I try and sort of break away from those zones. Sometimes people don't really like that, and they'll say, hey man, where you going? Stay together, stick as a team. Like, oh, fuck me, dude, let's just get out of here. But, you know, that is the only way I've worked out so far. If you can think of a better way, please let me know. Now, the next one for me is directional stubbornness. This is something that drives me absolutely bonkers. Like, I honestly don't understand this one at all. Directional stubbornness to me is where your teammate pings a direction. They think you should go from Skulltown to Thunderdome, right? They ping it, and then they start going. They're going, and there's nothing you can do to stop them. You hear gunfire to the north, or you hear gunfire to the east. Your teammate, he doesn't give a good fuck. He's off south. You know, and that I find very, very difficult to deal with, because sometimes you will get yourself shot at, or you will hear a fight and you know you can third party and get them finished off, but your teammate is not going. No matter what you say in mic, no matter what you type to him, whatever you ping back to him, you octuple smash the middle mouse to let him know that there's enemies there, and you're just getting the red dot all over the place for him. They don't care, they're off. And when it comes to ranked play, I actually understand it. I realize that people are not looking to lose RP, and they don't trust their teammates to win battles and whatnot, so there's a lot that would rather play it safe until the conditions are favorable in their eyes. And it is just that, guys, their eyes and what they see and what they think. They don't care sometimes, and you have to make a choice. I find it's at its worst when you've got 3 random people, 2 ping in completely opposite directions, 1 towards the ring, 1 away from the ring but better loot or there's combat or whatever, and then it leaves the other person a choice. And a lot of the time I find that when there's these 2 options, one person goes with one guy, leaving the other dude thinking, oh, but I pinged for you, you've got to come with me. And yeah, sometimes they just get incredibly stubborn and still go their own way. And again, that leaves you with a decision to make. The right one, which is basically to keep all 3 of you together, but the wrong one in terms of what was best for the team in terms of loot or a combat situation that might be more favorable. Yeah, I think there is no winning sometimes until you play these scenarios out and then you realize what is better in retrospect. Now, another one for me is risk reward. Now, risk and reward is obviously very, very different when you're playing with teammates. A lot of the time when I do my Apex Tales and whatnot, you'll see me like running for people's banner in the most dramatic fashion. I love doing that. I love doing these kind of, you know, oh well, we're either in it or we're not in it because I'm not doing this by myself. But a lot of people, when they play by themselves, don't have that same sort of sense. Sometimes they would rather wait and catch people with their pants down in a different way, or again, survive for RP. I find that my decision-making process in these scenarios often depends on how much skill my teammates actually have. If they're in trouble and they're really good, I will run in there and help them no matter what. If they're a bag of shite and they're surrounded by 2 or 3 people, then Godspeed, sir, it was lovely knowing you, and I will try and get your banner back before the timer, otherwise, yeah, you're fucked. Now, something that you have long known I would do complain about in this game is audio positioning. I still think the audio is pretty bad in Apex Legends in terms of enemy footsteps, friendly footsteps, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the gunfire and the directions of that, it just doesn't feel like it has been finely tuned enough. And this creates problems when you come across your randos and whatnot, because the way they fight can feel completely unpredictable due to the fact that most of us are unwilling to communicate to each other. Therefore, their sense of push and pull, if they're feeling like they've got the upper hand, yet they haven't healed up, and then they just run in and you go, oh my god, how could you not have seen there were 2 guys there? Why didn't you recharge your freaking shield, you idiot? So with all these uncontrollable elements in the game, these unpredictable losers that I keep coming across, I have, you know, got a little plan of action that I have been following a little bit, and I'm seeing some positive feedback from it. And if you think this is dumb as fuck, please put a comment below and tell me why you think that is, and I'll chuck that in the fuck it bucket as well. Yeah, one of the things I do, this is just going to sound so stupid, but if people ping in a direction and I think it's a good idea, I will always click it as well to say, okay. All that does is, it lets my teammate know I'm on board with the plan. Now, when I ping a direction and someone says, okay, it actually does give me that affirmative of, yeah, alright, we're gonna do this. And if I drop something for someone and they give me the affirmative, I think on the keyboard its default is H, just to say thanks. You know, that actually does go a long way, as dumb as that might sound. Something else I do is I listen to my teammates in terms of the weapons that they are using. And then if I think it's a light weapon they've got or a heavy whatever, I start looking out for the mags and I will ping them stuff that they may have it already, but I will still ping certain sites and certain attachments if I know that that is what they're using. And again, what I'm trying to do is establish a rapport with my poor teammates, because I think that solo queue is fucking miserable. It is a miserable experience if you cannot find a way to work with your team. So I try and sort of put out these little olive branches for them. Just these little sort of, yeah, I'll go with you there. Yeah, thanks for healing me there, and thanks for dropping that for me. Here's a mag, here's an attachment. I honestly think you should give that a try, guys. I know that might sound, ooh, he's trying to be all positive. No, I'm actually just trying to have a good time. And I think that is the best way to get it, is just show your teammates some common courtesy. They'll do the same for you. Yes, you might have to do it before they'll do it for you, but it doesn't matter as long as it gets done. Anyway, if you've got any other ideas on how to make solo queue less painful, then let me know, because I'm on the verge of fucking quit. I mean, I know, I'm loving this game. How did that slip out? Take it easy, shut your fucking mouths. Catch you on the next one. Later.